They lit up Kingston for a moment, then disappeared like smoke after the dance. Tonight, we're digging into the lost corners of 1960s reggae and Rocksteady, the small groups who gave us one perfect tune, then vanished. Why did so many harmony trios and studio projects fade after just a handful of singles? Was it the fast shift from Rocksteady to reggae, the power of the big producers, bad contracts, or just life-pulling singers away from the mic? In this countdown, you'll hear 15 names most playlists skip, each with one defining track, a quick backstory, and the short, sharp reason they slipped from the spotlight. We'll jump from Studio One to Treasure Isle, from festival winners to cult B-sides, and answer the big question: how can a song become a classic while its creators are forgotten? If you love the golden age, heavy bass, sweet harmonies, and crackling 45s, stick around. By the end, you'll have a fresh crate-digging list and a new respect for the voices that built the foundation and then walked off stage. Ready? Let's start at 15 and work our way to number 1.
Oh yeah, please.
Cue the slow sway of Rocksteady. The Hamlins stepped in with a velvet soft cover of You're My Soul and Inspiration, turning a US pop hit into a Kingston slow dance classic. Tight two-part harmonies, warm bass, and a steady one-drop groove. No tricks, just feeling. You can hear the studio discipline of the day, a small band laying down a pocket that never breaks a sweat.
In Missouri, and that's why you're my soul. And
Why they mattered. The Hamlins distilled what Rocksteady did best: strip a song down to heart and harmony. In an era when many Jamaican singers reimagined US soul, this version works because it isn't a carbon copy. It floats, lighter, more intimate, like a late-night dedication on a small transistor radio.
all I've got to get me back.
Why they vanished. Groups like the Hamlins were often part-time. Day jobs, families, and the fast pace of the scene made long careers tough. As tempos sped up and reggae's rougher edges took over, these soft-tone harmony duos had fewer open doors. Labels pushed the next hot thing. Many acts did a handful of sessions and moved on.
All right, CEtrends fam, let's keep it real. We're pouring our hearts into bringing you the best celebrity news and music deep dives. But check it. A massive 98% of you aren't subscribed yet. Subscribing is how you can truly support us, helping us grow and create even better content. If you're vibing with what we do, take a sec to hit that subscribe button. It's free and makes a huge difference. Plus, ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Let's flip that 98% and build this CEtrends family together. Your support is everything.
It's just a holiday.
You hear the needle drop, and a calm smile crosses your face. Every day is just a holiday is pure feel-good Rocksteady. Lilting guitar, cool horn lines, and a chorus you can sing after one listen. It's Sunday music. Windows open, breeze in the curtains, dinner on the stove.
Every day is just a holiday.
Why they mattered. The Sensations caught that half-step between Rocksteady and early reggae, slightly brisker tempo, but still as smooth as a seaside evening. The record's magic isn't only the hook, it's the balance, a lead vocal that never shouts, harmonies that cushion every line, and a rhythm section that keeps things unhurried.
I do things the same old.
Why they vanished. Vocal groups in late 60s Jamaica were fragile. One singer leaves for solo work, another emigrates, a producer shifts focus. That's enough to end a group. The market was single-driven. If your follow-up didn't land, you lost studio time and radio spins. The Sensations left a few gems, but the moment moved on.
No one is saying.
From the first bar, Penny for Your Song feels like a love letter scribbled on a scrap of brown paper, a melody asking for simple honesty. The beat is unhurried, the bass line is a steady heartbeat, and the harmony slips across the top like a note passed in class. Brief, direct, unforgettable. Why they mattered. The Federals straddled Jamaica's stylistic shift with grace. They weren't flashy, they were sincere. No showy drum fills, no over-arrangement, just space. That space is everything in Rocksteady. It lets the story breathe and the emotion land. Why They Vanished. Many harmony trios recorded under different names for different producers. Credits were fluid, and money was thinner than the records themselves. Groups morphed, reformed, or funneled talent into new lineups. The Federals' handful of sides kept circulating on compilations, but the group identity faded as the industry sprinted into the 1970s. Now we pivot to a group that reads like a reggae family tree in seed form. The Tartans were a short-lived outfit whose members would later help shape roots reggae in the 70s. But in 1967, they were rocksteady contenders, and Dance All Night shows why. Tight call and response, a shuffling groove that never hurries, and that unmistakable Kingston swagger. Why They Mattered. The Tartans were a bridge. You can hear the discipline of rocksteady harmony, but you can also hear an emerging roots sensibility, lyrics that carry a little more weight, a delivery that leans less on sweetness and more on presence. It's the sound of a new decade just starting to outline itself. Why They Vanished. Sometimes a band disappears because its members grow into bigger roles elsewhere. After a few critical sides, the Tartans singers split and reinvented themselves in new groups and solo projects. The name vanished. The voices didn't. In reggae, that's common. The banner changes, but the talent keeps moving. A single piano lick, a teasing vocal. Then the beat locks in and the room leans forward. Come Into My Parlour is one of those early reggae cuts that's playful without being lightweight, cheeky, catchy, and built for the dance. You can practically see the 45 turning on an old turntable with a coin taped to the tone arm. Why They Mattered. The Bleechers were a studio-forged harmony outfit who understood the new feel of 1969. Less glide than rocksteady, more bounce, a rhythm that steps rather than slides. The production is spare and clever, letting the hook do the heavy lifting. It's a masterclass in making a little arrangement deliver a big mood. Why They Vanished. Because they were a producer-assembled project, the Bleechers lived and died by that producer's focus. When the next idea came, and there were always new ideas, lineups shifted, sessions stopped, and the group dissolved into history. It's the fate of many studio creations. The song stays famous. The singers slip into the shadows. From the first drum tick, Tighten Up does exactly what the title promises. It pulls everything in, rhythm, melody, and attitude, until the dance floor is one moving body. The vocal is confident but unforced. The chorus is short, sticky, and built to echo across a crowded yard. This is early reggae minimalism. Guitar chop on the upbeat, bass walking with purpose, drums leaving just enough space to make your shoulders sway. Why They Mattered. Harmony duos and trios were the backbone of the era, and the inspiration showed how less can feel like more. No long intros, no instrumental solos, just a groove that snaps into place and a hook you can sing after one spin. It's the sound of Jamaica learning how to make every bar count. Why They Vanished. The scene moved fast. Studio time was precious, lineups were fluid, and singers often left to chase solo careers. If a follow-up single didn't bite, a group's window could close in months. The inspirations left a sharp imprint, but the name never grew into a long catalog. Children Get Ready carries a calm urgency, steady tempo, fluttering guitar, and harmonies that feel like advice from an older friend. The lead vocal cuts through with conviction, while the backing voices cushion each line like a soft push on your back. Forward, onward, keep moving. It's a snapshot of late 60s Kingston optimism and caution at once. Why They Mattered. The Versatiles lived up to their name. You can hear Rocksteady sweetness, but there's also a deeper mood, a hint of social awareness and roots feeling that would define the next decade. It's not a protest song exactly, it's a posture. Get ready, stand firm, take your place. Why They Vanished. Groups depended on chemistry and consistent access to studios. All it took was one singer leaving, a producer shifting focus, or an overseas opportunity to undo a carefully balanced lineup. Members later shown elsewhere, but the Versatiles as a banner didn't survive the turn of the decade. A few organ notes, a heartbeat bass, and then one of the most haunting openings in Jamaican music. My Conversation is built on restraint. The lead sings like someone telling a secret in a busy room, and the background harmonies answer with patience.
This way before I know there is.
The rhythm is so strong it became a foundation for countless later cuts. The moment you hear it, you know you're in that world.
You've got me thinking there were times.
Why They Mattered. The Uniques, anchored by a lead voice that could tremble and command at the same time, perfected the art of tension. Nothing is rushed.
I know there is some way to.
You hang on every measure waiting for the release, and when the chorus finally steps forward, it lands with quiet power. This is songwriting as mood, simple parts, deep feeling.
Want to be in that position where I.
Why They Vanished. Brilliant groups sometimes splinter at their peak. Different artistic goals, new offers from other studios, personal pressures, the usual story in a scene where everything changes week to week. The singers carried the sound into other projects, but the Unique's name, tied to a handful of perfect 45s, faded. This video is sponsored by the Lore Store on Amazon, your one-stop shop for music lovers across reggae, rock, pop, and hip-hop. We built it for real listeners who don't want to dig through 1,000 listings to find the right gear. Inside the Lore Store, you'll find 5 aisles. VIP, top, battle-tested essentials. Headphones, turntables, speakers, gig-safe earplugs, smart speakers. Reggae Vibe, roots and lovers. Rock made easy. Automatic decks, warm bookshelf speakers, vinyl care. Rock Lore, classic rock must-haves. Open back cans, simple amps, living room concert vibes. Pop Lore, feel-good everyday setups, clean, clear speakers, easy streaming, nostalgia-friendly picks. Hip-hop must-haves, punchy bass without the muddle, closed-back headphones and living room systems that handle low-end, plus a rotating crate of old album vinyl if you're rebuilding a 60s-90s collection. Every product page tells you who it's for, 3 pros, 1 con, and why we picked it. So you can choose with confidence. Flying soon? Check. VIP for noise canceling that tames plane roar. Mostly listening at home? Try open-back headphones that let live albums breathe. Want instant gratification vinyl? Our fully automatic turntable is 1 button from silence to music, and the record cleaning kit knocks down crackle so the bass tightens up. Headed to shows? Grab high-fidelity earplugs. Hands-free at home? Our smart speaker picks let you say, play 70s reggae or classic pop, and you're there. Deal alert. If you use the link in the description, you'll land on our curated picks with current best available Amazon pricing and active discounts where applicable. Prices change, so buy now to lock in today's deal. Tap the link in the description, pick your aisle, grab a favorite, and tell me which category you want me to build next. The Lore Store. Listen better, with gear that gets out of the way and lets the music live. This one doesn't knock on the door, it walks straight in. Pressure and slide struts, bass line stepping like a man with somewhere to be, guitar clipping the offbeats like a metronome with attitude. The harmonies punch the title phrase so hard, you can almost see it bouncing off concrete walls. It's catchy, but there's grit under the shine.
Slide to the beat.
Why they mattered. The Tennors had that rare mix of street corner joy and studio polish. Listen to the way the verses rise into the chorus. No wasted motion, just a clean build that makes the hook feel twice as big. If Rocksteady sometimes floated, Pressure and Slide plants both feet on the ground and moves.
Cross your feet. Slide to the beat.
Why they vanished. Tragedies, lineup shuffles, and the unforgiving single-driven market could stop momentum cold. Even with hits, a group needed stability behind the scenes to last. Managers, reliable studio access, a run of follow-ups. Without that, the spotlight shifts to the next act, and history turns the page.
Play for me.
A falsetto glides in like starlight, and the rhythm answers with a gentle lilt. Queen of the Minstrels is one of those records that seems to slow time. Delicate lead, confident harmonies, and a melody that circles back on itself like a steady tide. The arrangement is lean, but the emotion is full. Why they mattered. The Eternals, guided by a lead voice that could float above the groove without losing strength, proved that early reggae could be both sturdy and elegant. The song's theme is simple devotion, but the delivery gives it weight. It's the kind of tune that makes you nod without thinking, as if agreeing with an old truth. Why they vanished. Late 60s vocal groups faced a wave of changes, new rhythms, new studio priorities, and singers branching into solo paths. A handful of beautiful singles can define a legacy, but they don't guarantee a long run. The Eternals left us a signature cut that still turns heads, even if the group's name doesn't ring out like the Giants.
So I can try to find a way.
Two voices, one plea, and a groove that never hurries. The Termites, Lloyd Parks and Wentworth Vernal, take a simple story and give it heartbeat. You can hear Studio One discipline in the pocket, the guitar's clipped upstroke, the bass pushing in gentle steps, the drums leaving just enough air so the harmonies breathe. This is Rocksteady as a conversation. Plain words, deep feeling. Why they mattered. They proved intimacy can carry a whole record. No vocal fireworks, no flashy arrangement, just phrasing with character. That restraint is the secret weapon. It turns a small tale into a room-filling mood. Why they vanished. Like many 60s acts, the duo was a moment more than a brand. Parks would become a first-call bassist and band leader in the 70s. Vernal moved on. The name Termites didn't build a long catalog, but this one perfect side still lives on 7-inch platters and in collector hearts. A title like a headline, Sufferer. Then the harmonies arrive, steady and strong, and the rhythm walks forward with resolve. The Kingstonians, led by Jackie Bernard, deliver a chorus that feels like community, plain-spoken, memorable, designed to be sung shoulder to shoulder. The arrangement marks the shift into early reggae, firmer drum accents, a bass that steps out front, and a melody that sticks like a proverb. Why they mattered. They channeled everyday struggle into a tune you can dance to. That balance, weighty theme, buoyant beat, would define roots reggae in the coming decade. You can hear the blueprint being drafted in real time. Why they vanished. Lineup flux, thin royalties, and the industry's sprint into the 70s. The Kingstonians cut a clutch of excellent sides, But the infrastructure to keep harmony groups stable just wasn't there. The song endured, the name dimmed. From the first bar, the groove is unshakable. Bass like a calm pulse, guitar chopping the offbeat, and Keeble Drummond's lead carving clean through the mix. Baby Y doesn't plead, it converses. The backing harmonies answer with patience, giving the lead space to bend notes and lean into the beat. That measured pacing is pure Studio One, confidence without clutter. Why they mattered. The cables understood negative space. Every instrument says less so the vocal can say more. The result is a masterclass in rocksteady design, spare, melodic, and endlessly re-listenable. DJs still reach for it because it never gets in its own way. Why they vanished. Recording opportunities were limited and often scattered across producers. One missed follow-up and a group's window could close. Members worked, migrated, or shifted into other projects. The cable's identity blurred, even as their keysides kept circulating on compilations. Trumpets smile, the rhythm rolls, and the chorus lands like a festival chant. Baba Boom is late rocksteady joy, built for open-air stages and street dances. The lead voice rides easy, the harmonies lift the hook, and the band keeps a sunshine tempo that makes everything feel possible. Why they mattered. The Jamaicans turned celebration into craft. This isn't just a catchy chorus, it's architecture for a crowd, simple syllables, perfect phrasing, and a beat that invites everyone in. You can hear why it became a signature anthem of its moment. Why they vanished. Success in '67 didn't guarantee stability. Offers pulled singers in different directions. The market flipped quickly toward tougher, bouncier reggae grooves. The group's peak arrived fast, and the scene moved faster.
All right, CEtrends fam, let's keep it real. We're pouring our hearts into bringing you the best celebrity news and music deep dives. What? Check it. A massive 98% of you aren't subscribed yet. Subscribing is how you can truly support us, helping us grow and create even better content. If you're vibing with what we do, take a sec to hit that subscribe button. It's free and makes a huge difference. Plus, ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Let's flip that 98% and build this CEtrends family together. Your support is everything.
A lean rhythmic engine kicks in, drums a touch crisper, guitar a little drier, organ stabbing short phrases, and you feel the door swing from rocksteady into early reggae. We are together in this world. No More Heartaches is decisive, catchy, and beautifully economical. The vocal doesn't oversing, it rides the pocket. Everything is in service of forward motion. Why it's number one. This is an early reggae landmark that still sounds like tomorrow. The arrangement sets a template, concise groove, hook that lands in a single breath, and instrumentation that prizes punch over polish. It's the kind of 45 that turns a dance around. People move differently after it drops. Why they vanished. The Beltones were a flash, studio-driven, single-focused, and operating in a crowded field of new names. Without a pipeline of follow-ups, the moment passed. But No More Heartaches never left the crates. It became the calling card that outlived the group's own story. If you enjoyed this episode, then go watch this video.